I didn't want to make this video because I think it's a bit too political for my channel. I tend to stay away from topics like these because that is not what my channel's about. It's mostly about games, Comic-Cons, and politics that seem to be infecting our geek culture under the guise of political correctness, diversity, and inclusivity. The reason I don't like to talk about politics outright is because I think it's personal, and my personal political stance is no one's concern, and your political stance is not my concern. Yeah, I take the piss out of feminists, on my channel often, but really, come on, they are a bit crazy, and some things they say is just insane.
Can you shut the fuck up for a second, too? Rape accusations discredit rape victims, which reinforces rape culture, which is part of patriarchy.
The reason I didn't want to make a video on this is because on the surface, it seems like your ordinary awareness video, and I said awareness in quotation marks, by the way. You know, the sort of awareness video that seems to push a certain political agenda, but when you read in between the lines and look closer, the message is a bit more sinister than it seems. The video was uploaded by NowThis, which is very left-leaning. I have seen some of their videos and wanted to make response videos to them, but something came up and I couldn't get around to it. If you have never heard of NowThis, think of BuzzFeed, but only on Facebook, and you will understand what I'm talking about here. Anyways, the video is titled "Men Must Make Sure Other Men Believe Women." If you're a subscriber to my channel or a regular visitor, you may have an idea where this video is going to go. I'm entitled to have an opinion about someone else's opinion, and you know what? I'm just going to get this out of the way over here, okay? I know my channel is about geek culture, and sometimes I tend to address the rotten politics that seem to have found its way in that culture. But the reason I'm making this video is because throughout our lives we say someone has to do something. We keep looking for that someone to say something. We keep waiting for that someone to show up. And by the time that someone does turn up, the damage has already been done, and it's a bit too late. I'm not going to wait around for that someone to show up. Not when it comes to the message this video is trying to convey. I know my voice is not that loud, and it will not reach out to many, and it will probably drown in the sea of voices that are on YouTube. But I do have a voice, and I want to make it known to the world what I have to say.
Forgive me for mansplaining this, but it seems like there are a lot of guys still out there who are only going to listen if it's coming from another white dude.
Well, forgive me for mansplaining this to you, asshole, but if you're talking shit, then I don't care whether you're white, brown, black, yellow, or blue. I wouldn't listen to you, and if I did end up listening to you like I did, then chances are there's a storm brewing up in my mind and in my thoughts, and I'm ready to rip your argument apart with mine.
When we say believe women, we aren't saying that women are inherently more honest than men or that they're somehow better. We are simply saying that when a woman says she's been sexually assaulted, it is extremely likely that she is telling the truth.
Why? Why do you think she's telling the truth? Why do you think it is extremely likely that she is telling the truth? He comes up with 3 reasons why women might be telling the truth, but they are quite pathetic, to be honest. I just wanted to stop here and just, set up where the video is going.
And there are at least 3 simple and awful reasons for this. 1, it happens all the time.
No shit, Sherlock. We know. We all know that it happens. Not sure how frequently it happens because the figures vary from research to research, but yeah, it does happen, and nobody's denying that.
If I tell you it rained on my vacation, you have no trouble believing that.
And if I tell you that 0 fucks were given about you or your vacation, you should have no trouble believing that too.
Because you know rain is a thing that happens. In fact, in New York City, it rains roughly 1 out of every 3 days. But 1 out of every 3 women is sexually assaulted.
Yeah, I'm going to need some stats for that. I'm not ready to believe anything this motherfucker is spewing out. You will see why I'm so bitter in a minute or so, but yeah, I'm going to need some citations for it. For reference, I think you should see Dr. SHAYM'S Rape Culture in the West video. I don't know what the right title is, but the link will be in the description box below. If you're a woman who is living in fear that she'll get raped the moment she will step out of her home, you need to see that video. FYI, if you are indeed one of those women who feel that way, I'm going to let Michael Jordan talk some sense into you.
Stop it. Get some help.
But seriously, get some help. Because if you're struggling to even step outside your house, then you need some professional help. This sort of fear is detrimental to your mental health. I know I have been there. I work for the bookies, for crying out loud. Yeah, gambling is legal in England, and if you want to gamble, just walk into a shop where you can place your bets. I have seen people win thousands and lose thousands too. I have been robbed. I had a brick thrown at my head. I was beaten up when I was doing the banking for the company, and I have been threatened in front of eyewitnesses. Go away, Facebook notification. And this one thing I learned from all of this is that not one of those incidents are going to stop me from enjoying my life. I will not live in fear. I will be cautious. I will be vigilant. But I will not stop living my life the way I want to. I will carry on pushing myself to my limits. That's life, bitches. That's the game of life. Get good, scrub.
It is as likely as rain.
Please don't come to England where it rains all the fucking time.
2. There is a huge incentive for women not to come forward.
This is where things get really interesting.
Because when they do, the consequences are terrible.
My family and I have been the target of constant harassment and death threats.
Really? Really, asshole? You're gonna bring in Dr. Ford in all of this? This is what pissed me off. On one end, you're talking about rape. You're talking about how real the issue is. You're talking about how likely it happens in New York. Citations still needed. But then out of nowhere, like Randy Orton's RKO, you put a political spin to all of this. And it's bullshit. You turned a horrible act that a woman could go through, and you put a political spin to it. Look, I'm going to say it right now, and you're probably going to hate me for saying this, but I think the whole Brett Kavanaugh Dr. Ford case was a disgrace. A sham. Now, I'm not saying Dr. Ford is lying. Maybe she's not remembering the incident correctly. Maybe she was raped, but not by Brett Kavanaugh. Or maybe Dr. Ford is telling the truth. But you know what? So could Brett Kavanaugh. He might be telling the truth. We don't know for sure, and we may never know. And by now, you should have a clear picture of what I'm trying to say and what sort of message this video is trying to convey. If you're having a hard time figuring it out, then let me break it down to you. The video on the surface is trying to say that when a woman makes a claim, it is extremely likely that she is telling the truth, because rapes happen, and when the accuser speaks out, she faces harassment. But underneath the surface, the video is trying to say that Dr. Ford is telling the truth and we should believe her because rapes happen and it may have happened to her. Also, look at the harassment she's going through.
And I've been called the most vile and hateful names imaginable. My family and I were forced to move out of our home.
Yeah, because Brett Kavanaugh was not called any sort of names whatsoever. Listen, dickwipe, harassment was thrown towards both parties. One was called a liar, the other was called a rapist. Both parties were harassed. Both were pushed to their limits. To say that women get the worst, or in this case, Dr. Ford got it worst, is complete bullshit. Harassment is harassment. There is no comparison.
So it ought to be obvious why a woman wouldn't come forward about something like this until it became a matter of national significance.
And shame on you for turning a woman's tragedy into a matter of national significance. Shame on you, and from the bottom of my heart, fuck you. In case you're an idiot and can't put two and two together, again, stop this video right now and go seek some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
The whole Brett Kavanaugh and Dr. Ford trial was nothing more than a sham that had its roots etched in politics. If you don't believe me, take a look at this.
What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing to apologize for. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. Boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it. I hope the American people can see through this sham, that you knew about it and you held it. You had no intention of protecting Dr. Ford. None. She's as much of a victim as you are.
That's what it's all about. It's all about politics, but unfortunately there are so many NPCs out there that they cannot see that. And how will they? When they have videos like this from NowThis that pushes that very narrative for political gain and turn a woman's tragedy into a national affair, how will they see through it? Oh my god, I'm so fuming, I can't even speak right now.
Now I'm pissed! Up there!
A few days ago, I was thinking about making this video. I found out that one of my lady friends were raped. She was raped. I didn't know. She put her story on her Facebook, the whole Me Too thing. Anyways, while I was reading it, I thought, you know what? This is how Me Too should be used. She didn't name and shame the person or publicly accuse the person. She just told the world her story. And with that, she let other women know that she's not alone. But unfortunately, a lot of women use #MeToo as a weapon to publicly shame their perpetrators, and now the movement is falling apart thanks to Asia Argento and the demented Rose McGowan. Seriously, there's something wrong with that woman. Really something wrong with that woman. But honestly speaking, when I read her story on Facebook, I thought I shouldn't make the video. I shouldn't make this video at all. But then I changed my mind because I think this video, it really is an embarrassment to what women go through. Let's break this down, okay? The reason I believe my friend that she is telling the truth is because I know her. I have spent time with her. I have been to Comic-Cons with her. We have worked together for the same company. And I was even at her wedding. I know she wouldn't lie about it. She's not that kind of person. That's why I believe her. The question is, why should I believe Dr. Ford? I never spent any time with her. I don't know what kind of person she is. Do you know what kind of person she is, Alan? How much time did you spend with her? Did you two go to the same school? Did you two work together? Were you even aware of her existence before all of this? Because people who are friends with her claim they don't remember such a party, the night she was raped. Their statements go against Dr. Ford. Heck, she can't even remember the details properly. Believe in something, even if you can't remember anything. I'm just saying, anyone who believes Brett Kavanaugh is telling the truth or believes that Dr. Ford is telling the truth but does not even know the person properly or, on a personal level, then that person is a fucking moron. Because not only are you willing to believe a person you don't know, but you're giving importance to that person in your life when you should be giving importance to yourself.
3. You know who the consequences usually aren't terrible for?
The woman?
Duh. The men.
I disagree, but how about we hear what he has to say first?
The president is trying to stoke this fear that there is this epidemic of false claims against men to bring them down.
It's a very scary time for young men in America when you can be guilty of something that you may not be guilty of.
While my attitude has always been that the guilty should be afraid of the consequences of their actions, but honestly speaking, it is a horrible time to be a man. especially when you consider that a false rape claim can fuck up a man's life. For example, in England, man cleared of rape due to Facebook message revealing his innocence after 2 years in prison. 2 years. 2 fucking years. The guy had to do all his detective work himself. He lost his job, his self-esteem, his respect for himself, not to mention the time he spent, in prison. He's lucky he didn't get raped in prison.
But we have sexual desires, right? So you got a bunch of men locked up in one place. All of them get hard. All of them's horny. All of them got sexual desires. So what are they going to do? You won't let them have a woman. They going to have somebody's going to have to give us some booty. And it's just as simple.
But the thing is, if you read the article, the link will be in the description box below, by the way, the police never tried to look into the man's story. Maybe because they #BelieveWomen? I'll leave another link in the description box below titled Lives Torn Apart by False Rape Accusations. It really is a depressing read, especially, the one story of a man who ended up committing suicide because that was his only way of freeing himself of the living hell that his life had become. Angel, those cases are rare, and what is important that women are respected and are encouraged to come forward. You know what, Aunt Moira, shut the fuck up and listen to what I have to say here. I'm not saying that women should not be encouraged to speak about their, about their ordeals, what they had to go through. In fact, I think, I believe that women should be encouraged to come forward and speak about their horrible ordeals. I will listen to what they have to say, but I'm not obliged to believe them, and I shouldn't. I think women need to be told and encouraged that if such an assault takes place, they should contact the authorities immediately so the evidence is secured before it is tampered with. But a lot of women don't do that, and they need to be encouraged and empowered to break that mindset. They need to understand that the sooner they get the authorities involved, the sooner they can put the violating motherfucker behind bars. But believe women? That's preposterous, because if I believe women thinking that it is extremely likely that they're telling the truth, then that means that I believe that the man in question is guilty and it is extremely likely that he raped the woman, which indirectly means that I'm against his right to defend himself and that he should be put in prison based on accusations alone. Can you see the point I'm trying to make here? Can you see the hypocrisy in Alan's argument? You don't want me to, believe evidence. You don't want me to believe logic. You want me to throw the whole innocent until proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt out of the window and #BelieveWomen. Or more specifically, Dr. Ford, because everyday women can take a backseat in favor of this political issue specifically. We're not talking about, everyday women. We're talking about Dr. Ford because she represents every woman like hell she does.
Let's be clear about this. If sexual misconduct claims are just some ploy to bring men down, it's not a good ploy.
It is, actually, because a single claim is enough to send a man over the edge. Read the Lives Torn Apart by False Rape Accusations article to get more insight. But long story short, a false claim can get a man arrested. He can lose his job, his reputation will be tarnished, he can lose his family, and he can go to prison. And even if the false claim is not proven in court, the woman is not going to go to prison. She will only go to prison if it is proven with substantial evidence that she lied about the claim. And if that's not proven, she's walking away scot-free, and the man's life is completely destroyed.
Yes, there are beginning to be consequences for some men in power. But the fact of the matter is that the President of the United States has been accused of sexual misconduct by at least 20 women, and he is sitting in the Oval Office.
The key word here is accused. He has been accused of sexual misconduct. They have not been proven. You lot hate Trump so bad that you want to remove him from the Oval Office based on accusations alone. That is sad, man. That is just low. You are so disgusted at the fact that someone like Trump is in charge of the country. You are practically scraping the bottom of the barrel, even using a woman's horrible and traumatic life event, as you put it, and are using it as a weapon to weaken his administration. And no, I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't care who's the president of America. I honestly do not care. Although, truth be told, it would be pretty cool if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson becomes the president. I mean, it would be pretty awesome. Just imagine him in a meeting with Kim Jong-un. Kim's gonna be like, "I'm going to nuke America." The Rock's gonna be there, looking all cool and suave. He'll get up and say, "Now look here, Timmy. My name is Kim. It doesn't matter what your name is.
It doesn't matter what your name is!
You're looking at the people's president, eyebrow raising, pie eating, jabroni beating, the most electrifying president in the history of America, and on the behalf of millions."
The millions?
And millions of Americans, I'm gonna say, Timmy, The Rock is personally gonna take one of America's nuke, cover it with lube, and detonate it after he's shoved it up your candy ass.
Jesus Christ himself has blessed me with many gifts. One of them is knocking someone the fuck out.
He'll deliver a rock bottom to Kim and give him the people's elbow. Everyone in the conference room will go wild and cheer for him, and he'll exit the conference room with his theme song playing in the back. Now that would be awesome.
That's not true. He's at Mar-a-Lago.
Dude, leave the humor to the professionals, okay? You kinda suck at it.
But still, he is the President of the United States. And Roy Moore was accused of molesting teen girls. And he still kept the endorsement of that president.
I don't know who that guy is. I can probably look online to find out who he is, but I really can't be arsed right now.
And of course, there is this guy.
I liked beer. I still like beer.
Ah, yes, this guy. The guy whose life and career you're trying to destroy by using Dr. Ford and many women out there who have been raped and using their emotions and feelings to turn the tide in your favor. I told you at the beginning, and at this point I sincerely doubt that they even care about everyday woman anymore. Alan has not touched upon the struggles of an everyday woman, what she goes through when she gets raped. But he sure didn't let go of an opportunity to take a pot shot at Trump and his administration.
So when someone says a thing happened, and it's a thing that happens all the time, they have everything to lose by coming forward, and very little to gain. We should take that claim very seriously.
Yes, the claim should be taken seriously because the claim needs to be investigated, and when the investigation concludes, the matter needs to be taken to courts. But taking a claim seriously is a whole lot different from saying #BelieveWomen, because it is extremely likely that they're telling the truth, apparently.
Now, I can already hear some angry dudes typing away in the comments with specific examples where someone has made a false claim.
Yeah, I thought about doing that, but then I thought I should make a YouTube video instead because it gives me greater freedom of roasting your ass.
Yes, that is a thing that can happen. Nobody is denying that.
What the fuck?
Motherfucker, make up your mind, okay? If you're not denying that women can make up false claims, then you're chucking your own argument out of the window. That goes on to prove that you're saying, you know what? It just blew my mind because this was not part of my script, but this just occurred to me right now. This goes on to prove that you are admitting that, yeah, there are some women out there who do make false rape accusations and stuff, but you are going out on a limb to say that Dr. Ford is telling the truth. There could be a lot of women out there who can lie about stuff like that, but no, Dr. Ford is telling the truth, and we need to support her because #BelieveWomen. That is just pathetic. Seriously, oh my god, my brain hurts right now.
It's also possible that people can burn down their own houses for insurance. But you know what? When we hear that someone's house burnt down, our immediate reaction is to assume that that person is a survivor of a terrible thing that happened.
Yes, but that is where the insurance investigators come in. It's their job to look into the claim to see whether the claim is legitimate or not. Imagine if I burned my house down for insurance and give the same responses Dr. Ford gave. I don't remember how it happened, where it happened. I remember a lamp being knocked over. They were laughing and I was scared. Yeah, but there's no one here to corroborate your story. #BelieveWomen. #go fuck yourself. We don't believe you. Your story doesn't match and you have not provided us any evidence. We're not paying you out. I can't believe I'm actually responding to this stupid video.
In the same way, our default position must be to expect that women are telling the truth about this.
No. If someone's house burns down, I will sympathize with them. Likewise, if someone is raped or claims to have been raped, I will sympathize with them. I will not believe them. If I don't know the person, I will not believe them. And those who do believe complete strangers, well, you lot are a bunch of morons.
Now, nothing that I've said should be coming as news to anyone.
It's coming across as bullshit to me.
Women have been saying exactly this for years, and men keep not listening. And this is our problem to solve. So fellas, talk to your friends. Tell them you believe women. Tell them why you believe women. Tell them why we all must believe women.
Do you know why I don't support the idea of #BelieveWomen? Because I believe that women are just as capable of lying as men. Now, I'm not saying that all women lie about rape. I'm saying that they are capable of lying, and you admitted it yourself, Alan, that there have been cases in the past where women lied about rape. And do you know why they can lie about rape? Because they know that there are assholes out there like yourself who will believe them because, according to you, #BelieveWomen. To be very honest, I don't believe you. I think the only reason you made this video is because you don't like Trump and his administration and you want to see it getting weak. This video was just one of many propaganda videos out there to instigate hatred against the Trump administration and against Brett Kavanaugh. Do you know what? Here's my final example of the night. Police arrested a man named Saeed Arif Khan in Dimapur, India over a rape claim. While they were still questioning him at the police station, an angry mob broke into the police station, dragged him out, beat him up, stripped him naked, stoned him to death, and hung his body for everyone to see. I bet some of you are thinking right now that some rapist out there deserves such treatment. Well, here comes the plot twist. Remember I said that police was still questioning him when the mob broke in and, dragged him out of the police station? Well, apparently the man claimed that the sex was consensual and that he paid her 5,000 rupees. Shocking turn of events. Did he actually rape her? Was the girl telling the truth? Well, we'll never know because the guy's fucking dead. Link will be in the description box below.
Let that be the new locker room talk, okay?
What the fuck? In order for me to have such a locker room talk, I need to have friends that I can talk to, which I don't, because if I did, I wouldn't be in my room making YouTube videos to your stupid videos. Oh my god, you know what? I'm not going to have this kind of locker room talk with complete random strangers now, would I? What am I going to say to them? Hey, you know what? We should all believe women next time when they make a rape claim. They're probably going to be looking at me thinking that I'm some sort of a rapist or something. Oh my goodness. How much more of this cancer is left? Oh wait, I'm done. Okay. Oh, thank God this video is over. Hope you understand the point I'm trying to make here. And if you don't allow me to share my life experience with you, okay, this will sum up everything that I'm trying to say here. Okay, this will prove my entire point. I was 14 and I used to go to this arcade not too far from my house. The guy who used to sell, the coins for the machines was quite friendly. And one day while I was playing Street Fighter 02, he came up and he said that if I ever needed some cash, I should just ask him. I was like, nah, I'm good, man, but thanks. But he was very friendly. I was like, okay, fine, fair enough, whatever. One day he stood really close to me. There were some people in the arcade as well, but they were minding their own business. He reached out and he grabbed my dick. I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? But then he grabbed my hand and he made me touch his cock. I ran from the arcade and I never went in there again. Mind you, I was 14 at the time and the man must have been 23, 24, maybe older. So my question is, going by what I told you, are you going to believe me? If yes, why would you believe me? If no, why wouldn't you believe me? Or are you going to dismiss my story because you believe women and I'm a man? I don't want to know your answer. To be very honest, I honestly don't. But I want you to think about the answer yourself. Now with that, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Rate, comment, and subscribe if you want to. If you won't, I honestly do not care. And you know what? Share this video. I don't usually ask people to share my videos, but today I will. Help me piss off the world. Let me spread this message across. Just help me reach the corner of the world, so everyone in the whole world will get to hear this. Yes, women need to be empowered. Women need to be encouraged to come forward and talk about their life experiences, so other women are encouraged and they get to speak about it. There needs to be some sort of an awareness. So if women suspect that something like that happened to them, like they have been molested or they have been raped while they were unconscious or something, they should call the authority. They should call the police immediately, so the evidence is gathered as soon as possible before it's tampered. But hashtag BelieveWomen, I'm sorry, I don't support it. I'm not in the favor for it. And you can rate my video down for it. You can do whatever the hell you want to. I honestly do not care. It's not going to change my stance. But yeah, if you don't agree with me, then yes, this is the video for you. And if you do agree with me, please do share my video. Share my video so everyone gets to hear it. Everybody gets to hear what I have to say. Let me piss off the entire world.